Hello, welcome again to Varsity Sports Live Championship Edition in the Dakotas. Tom Neiman along with Jason Andera and Jody Norstedt standing by in West Fargo. We got almost 6 down in South Dakota with Pierre and T with about 4 seconds left to go here in this game going on in Vermilion right now.
Yeah, I'm sure we don't have a lot of viewers from South Dakota right now. Everybody's probably tuning in to see what happened there. And I apologize for my voice. I was screaming at the Dome for the last 2 days.
Feeling okay?
Yeah, I feel great.
Were there any surprises in the last 2 days in Vermilion?
Yes, I did get one pick wrong. So I was surprised.
9-man games all done on Thursday. We'll get to those. 11-man games going on today. And again, Pierre and T area tied at 27 with 4 seconds left to go in 11 AA. And then one more tomorrow night in Vermilion, Saturday at 7:30 with 11 AAA, Brandon Valley and Harrisburg. And Jandy's got some thoughts on that when we get rolling along here. Everything is done in North Dakota. Jody Norstedt, I believe, is not there, so we're going to get to him in a little bit. But they had all 4 of their championship games in North Dakota today, and Jody's got the highlights and the reaction coming up from that. So we are going to start with
Thursday morning.
And let's get to 11B, actually.
Actually, today.
We're going to start this morning with 11B in Winter and Bridgewater-Emery Ethan, Jandy. And now Winter, the 11-0 coming into this game, the Warriors' third straight final between these two teams.
You know, we didn't talk probably enough about Winter this year. They were just so darn boring. They would beat teams by 40 points every week. And you know what? They almost lived up to the hype in this one, but this is the 3rd year in a row they were pitted against Bridgewater-Emery Ethan for the title game.
And Bridgewater-Emery Ethan, this is the 5th championship game in 5 years for them. They're in every year. Pierre just kicked a field goal, by the way, to beat T 30-27 in a comeback there after T got out 21-0 in the 11 AA championship, and a walk-off field goal to win it for the Governors as they win their 5th straight 30-27 over T tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because T was the better team in the first half. I mean, we're going to get much deeper into this, but they were the much better team in the first half. They were undefeated all year, but everybody told me just Pierre has a way. They'll figure this thing out. So they did, but I think we're going to start with 9-man football.
All right, let's do that. We're going to get to 9V with Del Rapids St. Mary and Potter County. This was the first game on Thursday, Janny. And Del Rapids St. Mary lost in the final last year to Wolsey Wessington. Potter County coming in at 10-2. Big man touchdown early for St. Mary. That's John Pica, the Pica 6. It's 8-0 Cardinals early.
He was the all-state returning player for Del St. Mary, and he had a great defensive game.
All right, Grant Lukens to Drake Bassett. These guys hooked it up the entire game. Bassett hits the gas. 45 yards there to tie it up at 8, and there would be plenty of more scoring to come in the 9B championship. Lukens on the option, opts to keep it himself. Touchdown Potter County, and the Battlers go up 14-8. Third quarter, another St. Mary pick here. Nick Gasper with an interception at the Potter County 31-yard line. And the Cards would take it in from there. Ty Brown on the ground with a touchdown to tie it up at 14.
And not much scoring early on, but they got it going in the second quarter a little bit. And then in the second half, it really got going.
Yeah, plenty coming up. It stays tied until the third. Gasper is Los not going to get him. Yeah, they do get him, actually. Bassett runs him down. 56 yards, though, on the carry. And then C.J. Smith to take Bunkers for a touchdown. They had one catch for Bunkers in the game. He had one, and it went for a score. And St. Mary's ahead 20-14. Fourth quarter now. Potter County on a 4th and 10. That is a great throw by Lukens to Ryder Falkenhagen. And that ties it at 20, Jandy. And then the Cardinals fumble inside their own 10-yard line. Alex Tanner is on it for Potter County. And that leads to Lukens weaving his way to the outside. Touchdown. Potter County goes up 28-20. Cards come back, though. They will get on a fumble here. Nick Gasper recovers for Del Rapids St. Mary's. And then C.J. Smith over the top of a couple defenders. Gasper hauls it in 28 yards. And then they need the two-point conversion to tie it up here late, and that is Smith to Gabe Lindemann, and Lindemann would come up big again later, but that ties it at 28 right now. One more drive in regulation for Potter County. Lukens to Falkenhagen again, and look where he gets brought down. That's the last play of regulation.
Exactly. He didn't get the first down. If he would have got the first down, the clock would have stopped.
They go to overtime, though. Start at the 10-yard line. Gaspar with a touchdown for Del Rapids St. Mary, and then Smith on the two-point conversion. Kind of the same play to Gaspar, and it's 36-28 St. Mary. Potter County with its chance, and they do it in one play. Lukens to Bassett again, and then Lukens just does get to the pylon.
I mean, he stayed on his feet and got that play alive.
Ties it at 36, Jandy. Second overtime, Lukens to Falkenhagen again. Two-point conversion, though. Look here, I think this is Kyle Bears. 34 dragging them back on the stop there. So they get the stop. St. Mary's on third down in their second overtime attempt here. Gaspar with the touchdown.
That's the key, third down.
That ties it up, though, and look at the two-point conversion. Does Lindemann get in or not? I think the ball got over the goal line there. The official said it
That's
did.
a terrible angle.
Bad angle, but down the line he did get in. 44-42 in double overtime in the first championship for Del Rapids St. Mary after they came up a game short last year. Potter County finishes 10-3, and big numbers there for Lukens and Bassett for Potter County, but Gaspar and Pika, as you said, 11 tackles and that pick six early on.
He was unbelievable. Nick Gaspar came on strong the second half of the season, and Ross Flemmer, so excited for the coach who finally gets his first state title. Let's hear him after the game.
I don't know, our coaching staff put their trust in me. I couldn't have done it without my teammates. I mean, CJ, our quarterback, needed time. I mean, I knew when I caught that ball, I knew I was on the line. I knew I was in. I mean, that was huge.
I was over there praying on the sideline, I'll tell you that. These kids, they play with a lot of heart and a lot of grit. And one thing I've learned this year is you can't ever count them out. And they just kept fighting.
We wrote down goals after our second loss of the year, and all of our guys knew we could still come back here and we could win this thing. And we worked our tails off all year, and that we came here and we won it.
We told them after the Avon game the first time that we needed to do things differently, and they responded, and here we are.
The Avon game you mentioned, the second game of the year, they started out 0-2 on the season, and then came storming back. They changed their offense around. The coaches took credit, or the blame, and boy, what a turnaround for the Cardinals.
St. Mary gets it done. Good to see Potter County, formerly Herreid, Gettysburg, back in there, getting back to the Dome after
and Lukens had a great game.
And Grant Lukens was fantastic. But Del Rapids St. Mary, the 9B champions in South Dakota. All right, 9A was game 2, and you got Herreid Selby area, the Wolverines up from 9B last year. Howard coming in undefeated as well. Lost in the 9A semis last year, but they got the job done in this one. Howard's first drive, it goes 2 plays. Ty Bayer goes 65 yards to make it 7-0. And the finals 55-18.
Yeah, we spoiled it. But a couple touchdowns right off the top, and it was Howard who ran the ball well, and Herreid Selby answered with the touchdown. But after that, it was a landslide.
Trey Heddick, 3 touchdowns. He threw it well. Griffin Clubb, though, had 5 carries, 115 yards, couple of touchdowns. John Calix with 3 scores as well. Bayer with the touchdown pass there. And all Howard 55-18 as they finish undefeated. The Tigers with, again, 3 players over 100 yards rushing. They went 1 of 2 passing. Jay Syfor had a touchdown grab in this one, big 75 for Howard as they go undefeated and win it 55-18.
Yeah, they got the running clock in the second half, and they just took care of business. They looked like the best team in all of 9-man football.
It feels great. We've been working for this all season, all summer. We've been working for this. We knew it was coming. We knew how hard our schedule was going to be, and we had one goal, and that was to win a championship, so we did that.
We knew a lot of teams that they were probably better than us, but if we kept hammering them and the physicality, that third, fourth quarter, them teams would wear down and they'd break, and that's what happened in a lot of games this year.
In our minds, we thought with the schedule we played all year, we probably should have been number one all year, and it doesn't bother us that we're not. But I just told the guys it's not where you're number one until the end here. And when you finish like this, I think that was convincing enough for anybody to see. But, you know, the bottom line is you hope that they play well, and I think today just everywhere, special teams, defense, offense, it was just a complete, I can't imagine us playing much better than that. But, you know, this group, like I said, I think after losing last year in the state semis to a really good Canistota Freeman team, I think they just made a commitment that they wanted to get here and you know, do it for not only themselves but last year's seniors in our program. And so, just an outstanding job, and I'm so proud of these guys.
Well, they said it didn't bother them, but I really feel like that little chip on their shoulder of not being ranked number one all year and then really showing it in the playoffs, that had to feel pretty good.
And nobody better on the scoreboard, obviously, as Howard goes 12-0. Herreid Selby, again, they moved up from 9B a year ago. They go 12-0 getting into this championship game and come up just a little bit short, but great season for the Wolverines as well in 9A. All right, 9AA, Jandy. Speaking of Canistota Freeman, again, the 9A champs, as Coach Rummel said last year, Platte-Geddes defending champs in this class in 9AA. A couple of high seeds in this game. They weren't the best in the regular season, but they get to the Dome. Tage Ortman with a touchdown for Canistota Freeman on the second play of the second quarter, and then Ortman to Caden Scott, and the Pride get out to an 8-0 lead.
Yeah, they hit the two-point conversion, but Platte, they started going to that power run game and punched it in for a touchdown.
Late in the first half, their 86-yard drive, 8-6 Canistota Freeman at halftime after that Grayson Hansen touchdown. But Platte-Geddes had two interceptions in the fourth quarter. Chase Verlick snags one there, and then Panthers turn it into a touchdown. Dawson Hoffman to Hansen on a tough finish to a 28-yard run there, and then Hoffman to Aiden Bolche.
This is awesome. He came all the way across the field and didn't have to pass much, but Bolche came up big there.
And this is what the excitement is when you get to the Dome in the championship game. The celebration there as they get to the lead. A little misdirection on the two-point conversion. Hoffman back to Caden Foxley, who was back here for the playoff run. Platte-Geddes leads 14-8 with 3.5 minutes to go. Panthers force a turnover on downs, and Hansen runs out the clock.
That was a big third down, and Grayson Hansen had a lot of tough runs in that fourth quarter and really willed his team to victory. What a game. Both teams, I mean, Platte outplayed Canistota, but Canistota stayed in the game the entire way.
Platte actually finishes 10-2 on the season, and the Panthers back-to-back champions. Hansen, not huge numbers, 21 carries, 83 yards, but some tough runs there at the end, including that touchdown run. Hoffman, 97 yards on 5 of 7 passing, and the touchdown to Bolche, and 14-8 is the final in the 9AA championship.
We knew it was going to be a hard-fought game because Canistota is really, really good. They've been back 4 times, and this is our second time, but we knew we had to come to play.
Our seniors are huge. Yeah, I'm going to remember Grayson just because he's my kid, but, man, our O-line dominated. I'm glad we won just pounding the rock.
When did Aiden get hurt? You mentioned it.
It means a lot. It means that we're not giving up as a team. We're all strong. We have guys that come out on defense so they can get rest for offense. We can keep driving the ball and our lines being fresh. And overall, teams wear down in the fourth quarter, and we can just keep going and going, and it pays off in the end.
It was special. Yeah, Grayson's a great player. He's fun to play with, great teammate. Everyone's great. I love the team, and it was, yeah, Aiden catching that was awesome. It's amazing. It's awesome.
Platte-Geddes has 3 guys who are scheduled for surgery this week. They put off surgery till after the championship game. They were playing hurt. Caden Foxley right there, one of those guys. He's waiting until after basketball season to get surgery. But unbelievable effort by the Black Panthers.
Platte-Geddes goes back-to-back in 9AA, 14-8 over Canistota Freeman in that championship game on Thursday evening. All right, more to come. When we come back, we'll go to the 11-man games from this Friday with 11B, winner Bridgewater-Emery Ethan, the 11A matchup with Madison and Milbank, and tonight's Pierre T area game that did not go to overtime. Governors win at 30-27. We'll show you the end of that game as well. And more to come. We'll get to Jody with North Dakota's championship games as well when we come back on Varsity Sports Live.
Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports is presented by Farmers Union Insurance. Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports is presented by Avera Orthopedics and South Dakota State University.
Welcome back to Varsity Sports Live, Championship Friday here in the Dakotas. And again, Pierre, a comeback win to beat T 30-27 on a Cole Peterson field goal as time ran out as the Governors come back and win the 11AA championship. We'll get to that when we return here to South Dakota in a couple of minutes. We're going to get Jandy some lozenges, and we're going to go to West Fargo and Jody Norstead, who is standing by, and they play all of their championship games in one day on a Friday. Did it at the Fargo Dome this year. And Jody, how are you, my man?
Hey, I just want to talk with Jandy for a little bit.
Okay.
No, just kidding.
I'm
good.
We can do some sign language.
Yeah, I needed to fuel up. I have to tell you guys. So you get to the Dakota Bowl or the Fargo Dome at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I had to eat like lunch/supper. I had 2 tacos in a bag. I don't know if it's tacos in a bag or 2 tacos in bags. I don't know what the right terminology would be, but man, that did the trick.
Tacos in bags, yeah.
Tacos in bags.
Maybe that's what I need.
Yeah,
there you go. But yeah, we had four great football games in a lot of new state champions. We don't get to say that very often, but some first-time state champions emerged today. And you see the helmets. Bill Nelson gave me some grief, said you better make sure that Jamestown helmet is out front tonight after they won the state title. So there's that Blue Jays helmet right out front, celebrating their first state title since the 1930s. But let's get to the main event at night. It was an all-West Fargo matchup. Mustangs, Packers, rivalry night, championship night, whatever you want to call it, meeting for the first time for a state championship. Mustangs looking to finish a perfect season. West Fargo, it's been red hot, winners of 8 straight since starting 1-2. Jay Gibson, a perfect 6-0 in state championship games, coaching against Jeremy Newton, who's been snake bitten this. On third down, Cheyenne forced a punt. You knew the Packers would have to take chances. Here they take one deep to Carson Hegerly, but intercepted by Tate Gustafson. Go up and get it. We remain scoreless after a quarter. Cheyenne capitalizes on the turnover. Punishing drive finished by a punishing runner, Josh Henricks. Cheyenne takes a 7-0 lead. Packers going back to the air now. And make sure you're watching this. Look at the catch by Hegerly along the sideline. Bison fans hoping to see that trend continue at the next level. Packers eventually turn it over on down zone. You know who Cheyenne is going to feed? Henricks behind the Mustang Moving Company into the end zone. Makes it 14-0 Cheyenne at the break. Packers open the second half with a bang, though. Cheyenne makes the mistake of kicking it to Hegerly. The kid has like 95 speed on Madden. He would have had 99 had he made this all the way back, but it's a 50-yard return nonetheless. Momentum continues. Peyton Jancy looking for Hegerly. His 5th touchdown catch of the year, finishes with around 800 yards receiving. The only bummer is that when you score, that means you give the ball back to Cheyenne, and the Mustangs just chip away. A couple of nice dump-offs to Race Wilson as they get the pass game involved for the first time. Then once they're at the goal line, you ever heard of Hungry Hippo? Here's Hungry Henricks. Swats the defender away for his 3rd touchdown of the game, running his season total to 23 touchdowns. Packers get the ball back. Jancy being hounded by that nasty defensive line. Theron Parson gobbles him up. One of his 3 sacks on the night. He finishes with 11 on the year. His buddy Carter Menz ended up with 11.5. Drive stalls. They go for it deep on 4th down, but no, Olsen picks it off. The defense protecting that 2-touchdown lead. Henricks then rips off a 30-yard run to set up this. Grant Workentine, the 3-year starting QB, has lost twice in this game. Not going to happen this time. 27-7 Mustangs with 7:40 to go. And in its 8th season as a varsity program, Cheyenne finally breaks through. The Mustangs are state champions, and the cherry on top is doing it over their inner city rival. Henricks finishes with a whopping 39 carries for 238 yards and 3 touchdowns. Just call him the mayor. Let's hear from the 11AA state champs.
Yeah, I mean, it's extremely fulfilling, you know, and these bunch of kids just did a great job, and all the kids before them laid a foundation for them too, and it's outstanding, and it's a program win for us. And I think the first thing we did was stop the running game though and made them throw, and then we were able to adjust to that.
we worked so hard these past couple of years, and last year was a bummer, and we came out this year and we wanted this one real bad, and it feels great to do it against our rivalry, and it's an awesome win.
Well, it's kind of nice because if you miss a block, he's going to run him over every time. He's quiet, but he packs a punch. He doesn't say much, but he's always ready to blow open a huge hole. Yeah, we just said feed the big boy and just run hard.
Our O-line works so hard. They work so hard, and they're awesome.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, it was just going back and forth. I feel like my interception really shifted the momentum, got us going, a little, and that just kept on getting us more scores. Beginning of the second half, we left that touchdown, but Ben don't break,
It was huge. You always got to change it up. Can't be using the same move. So I'm making sure I'm lining up differently, giving them different looks, not letting them know what's coming next.
Yeah, I feel surreal. I know, senior year, state championship, your group of guys you've been with for 4 years, you cannot ask for anything better. It's amazing. As I've said before, it's an answered prayer.
Well, congrats to Cheyenne in the 11A championship. Let's take a look. St. Mary's, the defending state champs, taking on Jamestown, a program making its first ever Dakota Bowl appearance. They haven't played a championship game since '94 and haven't won it all since the 1930s. A couple of years before Janny was born, Jacob Shemp trying to make up for lost time. He's in there, 6-0. Isaac Felkley answers on the other end, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. Game is knotted at 6. After a long kick return by Preston Craver, here's your "you got mossed" moment. Adam Callenbeck, he's done this a few times this year, does it again, strips the ball away from the defender for the touchdown, 13-6 Jamestown. Second quarter, Peyton Hochhalter rolls, fires to Devin Beach, 6-yard score, makes it 20-13. Hochhalter's return from that shoulder injury ignited this team in the playoffs. I'm telling you, not so fast though. This team, he leaves it up. Britt Senfner camped out at safety, easy interception, puts together a nice return. He had a long touchdown catch in this game as well. That leads to points. Nick Schumacher going to go to Felkley and the flats. Look at the moves by the senior. He's in the end zone for a second time. It's 20-20 at half. Good game going. Midway through the third, Jamestown going to nab that lead again. Headbutting boy, Hochhalter throwing on the run, and Brody Hillstrom going to snag this one out of the air for the go-ahead score. Jamestown up 27-20. They swapped turnovers late in the quarter, but this one's a biggie. Aiden Braun jars the ball loose from Schumacher. Thomas Almer, number 50, picks it up. Forget free OBJ, free Thomas Almer. He's going 55 yards for the first touchdown of his life. We'll hear from him in a bit. St. Mary's trailing by 2 touchdowns entering the fourth. Schumacher trying to will his team back into it. The QB keeper, 24 yards. Lead cut to 7 just like that, but then comes the backbreaker. The run game got better and better throughout the year for Jamestown. Comes up huge here. Shemp from 38 yards out. He erupts for 149 and 2 on the day. The Blue Jays are your state champs for the first time since 1933 or 37. 37, they were unofficially a state champ without playing the state championship game, but it is a 41-27 victory nonetheless. They haven't won it in a long time. Blue Jays show some good balance offensively, but how about that defense? They held St. Mary's to just 48 yards rushing. They are a scrappy bunch, and now they're a championship bunch.
We just battled and battled and battled, and then we kept getting after them. And we knew it was going to be tough, and we just fought.
Line played amazing. They gave me enough time to throw the ball. Wide receivers did really good routes and stuff. Defense played a heck of a game. I mean, they've stepped it up all year, and that's pretty much set us apart.
It's definitely our defense. All year it's been our defense. We've came clutch when we needed to, and that second half we came out firing on all cylinders, got turnovers when we needed them.
I have never scored a touchdown before, no. I've had some dreams about it, and this is kind of a dream come true, I guess you could say. So, yeah, it feels pretty nice for sure. It's not something you can be prepared for, really, as a lineman, but it's good at the end of the day, so.
Like you said, it hasn't sunken in. I'm sure it will eventually, but I can't even. I've been dreaming about this since I was a little kid, so I don't know what to think right now.
These kids deserve every bit of it. They do a lot of stuff for us on a year-round basis, and a lot of times they may not like 5:30, 6:30, you know what I mean, in the morning, and we're asking them to do this, and they do it. They don't whine, they don't complain. Our seniors are tremendous leaders, have a great coaching staff. We've had a tremendous support team. You probably could have robbed Jamestown blind this afternoon, you know, but it means the world. You know the dates, 33 and 37, you know, and 56 was co-champs because they couldn't play the game. We're going to enjoy this for a while, that's for sure.
How about Coach Nelson striking a pose there? A battle of heavyweights with number 2 Kindred and number 1 Hillsboro-Central Valley squaring off for the 11B crown. Opening quarter, Max McQuillan following a huge surge from his old line. Makes it 7-0. Second quarter now, Kindred. Good field position after a 12-yard punt. Trey Heinrich makes the Burros pay. Finding room on the left side, makes a nice cut. Goodbye. 53 yards to the house. Start of a big day for the junior. It's 13-zip Vikes. Hillsboro-Central Valley with an opportunity to cut into the lead late in the second. Riley Olson taking his shot deep, but it's into triple coverage, and that's an easy interception for Carter Schmitz. 13-0 Kindred at half, and the Viking mascot fired up. Someone's got to get him to U.S. Bank Stadium to help out. Burros near midfield here on their opening drive of the second half. Third play, though, another pick. Caleb Klabundi, Johnny on the spot. Vikings with all the momentum as they answer with a 7-play drive capped off by Heinrich. Great effort here, stretching across the goal line. Whoop! He's into the end zone, makes it 20-0. Next Kindred drive, they go to the air this time. They could beat you in several ways. McQuillan to Lucas Klabundi, the senior, gets behind the defense, burned him, dashes in for the touchdown, 53 yards. The Vikings are rolling up 27-zip. A few minutes later, another explosive play. They were full of them this afternoon. McQuillan to Heinrich, great blocking out front, and there he goes again, 31 yards. Heinrich, 212 total yards from scrimmage with 3 touchdowns on the day, 34-0 after 3. Plenty to jump around about. Midway through the fourth, Burros get on the board. Jace Leshik, some really fancy footwork to stay in bounds, reaches across the goal line. He's in there. Hillsboro-Central Valley, though, limited to just 55 yards on the ground. Really cool opportunity late in the game here for Kindred. Senior kicker Jordan Sunram and attempted a 27-yard field goal, and she hits it. She also hit 4 extra points in the game. She's believed to be the first female to score points in the Dakota Bowl. And Kindred is a state champion for the first time, winning 37-14, capping off a 12-1 season. That one loss was against Hillsboro-Central Valley on their home field. So consider today's win sweet revenge.
After that game, Coach told us to look over at them cheering on our field, and that did not make us very happy. And we just game planned all week and fought this game and really brought it.
We definitely thought it was going to be a hard-fought battle from the beginning to the end, and we had a ton of respect for Hillsboro-Central Valley and the program that they have. So, to be able to get out and execute the way that we had it drawn up was just a blessing for us. We were able to get in the end zone right away, and our defense played lights out.
We had to be ready for their triple option, definitely, and I think we brought our assignments and we executed them perfectly.
Our offensive line had huge push every play, which led us through our whole offensive whole offensive plays. And the D-line, they had good knockback every play, which helped them on load option and speed option. And
halftime they were saying the corners were cheating up on that run, so they're like, let's just throw a post on the backside. The safety was over on the third guy, and he was just like, throw it over the top, Lucas make a play, and I made that play.
My heart was racing, and then my coach told me to get ready for a field goal, and my heart started racing, and I wanted it so bad, so I knew I had to go get it. I want girls to know that they can do it too, and I know a lot of girls kickers have talked about kicking, and now I just proved that they can.
I don't think a whole lot of people thought we could be here, but we knew it in ourselves, and we believed in ourselves, and we executed.
Congrats to the Vikings. That'll go nicely with the basketball title from last year. How about this one? The 9B championship opened the day. Cavalier playing in its 3rd consecutive Dakota Bowl. Looking to buck the trend. They've lost back-to-back. LaMoure-Litchfield-Marion has been the team to beat since the preseason. And boy, defense is putting up goose eggs in the first and early in the second. Brady Lettenmeyer bounces off a tackler, a would-be tackler. 76 yards makes it 6-0 Lobos. Next possession, senior QB Corbin Potts finds his receiver Anthony Hansen behind the defense. Hansen gets all the way down to the 1 before being tackled. Potts, he does the rest. Sneaking behind his left guard Dane LeBon for the touchdown. Give the big man some love. 12-0 LLM. Mitch Greenwood's Tornadoes finally capitalized with 3:15 left in the half. Bryson Clem buying time with his legs. Pulls a rabbit out of his hat on this one. Threading the needle for the touchdown pass to Caden DeMars. Lead trimmed at 12-8. LLM punches right back though. Potts, plenty of time, throws toward the end zone. It's nearly an interception, but this one goes into the hands of Hansen. 20-8 LLM at the half thanks to Potts' 26th passing touchdown of the year. Second half, the boys in black start to do what they do best. Turnovers. Tate Mark intercepts Clem. Gets a nice return here, too. Then Potts trying to turn it into points, but watch this. Ty Holmquist with the great defense for Cavalier. Intercepts the pass in the end zone. Turnovers for everyone. You get one, you get one. But all in all, just a frustrating day for the Cavalier offense. They came in averaging 40 points per game. They were held to 14. The Lobos defense just swarming all over them. Off the turnover on downs, Potts is going to score his second rushing TD of the game. What a year he's had. 28-8 LaMoure-L-M. Tornadoes need points in a hurry, so they try to go downfield, but that's where the Lobos thrive. Another interception. They had 3 of them in the game. This one is from Charlie Bowman, and then check him out on the sideline here. The Lobos have a turnover belt, WWE style. Love it. They really put the game out of reach early in the fourth. Mark takes the handoff, number 11. Oh, he has some wheels. That makes it 34-8. LaMoure-L-M wins it 42-14. The Lobos are state champs for the first time in 30 years. Their last state title came shortly after the Minnesota Twins last won a World Series back in '91. Surprised, though? Not so much. They were the preseason number 1, and as Potts says, they were ready to live up to the expectations.
It was fun. I always like having a target on my back, so I think we all do. We all like playing when people are coming for us, so that's always fun.
Tate had a great turnover there, a great interception there in the second half. You know, just getting that momentum here back to us right away too.
They're huge, you know, just huge momentum shift from, you know, maybe having a close game to we're getting that ball back, put more points on the board. Now we got a bigger lead.
I was nervous right away, but then it was just another game. Once we got going, it was fun, and I wasn't expecting that to happen, but it was exciting. It was fun. Everyone was pretty excited after that.
We knew we could run the ball on them whenever we wanted to. We could mash them, and we knew we'd be able to take some shots down the road. And our defensive plan, keep clean and Hinkle in check, and we did that pretty well, I think.
I feel like we just came out and played with a lot more energy than we ever have. We knew that we wanted this game, and we got it.
You know, it's just crazy because I remember playing elementary football, and we talked about this, and now we're here. It's unreal.
Just the emotions of all the work you put in from these boys and the times they take away from something they could be doing different. Our coaches could be doing different, and you know, it's just a team effort, and I couldn't be happier for those kids and just all the work they've put in.
The post-game reaction is the best on championship night, isn't it? A couple that stand out to me, Thomas Ulmer, when he was talking about, I've had dreams about it, the Jamestown kid that had the big return for a touchdown. Then Jordan Sunram, how about that? Giving one up for the gals and kicking some extra points, kicking a field goal in a state championship game. And guys, how about this for a nugget? None of these teams have won a state title in the last 30 years. LaMoure-L-M won it in '91, Jamestown in the 1930s, and Kindred and Cheyenne, their first ever. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's fun to see those new kids on the block. It really is to come around like that. And it doesn't. West Fargo Cheyenne doesn't seem like they've been around that long, and they really haven't. Just the 8th year of their varsity program, but they'd kind of been knocking on the door, right? They'd been in the championship game the 2 years before this, right?
Yeah, they lost to that Century team, and I guess that was the one silver lining. They didn't have to go through Century this time. I'm sure they would like that shot, but Century, yeah, didn't make it. West Fargo was able to knock them off, give them credit, but the Mustangs, and what does it say about West Fargo that they have 2 teams playing in the state championship? And oh yeah, West Fargo Horse starts varsity football next year in that 11A division, so we'll see what happens. Did you guys just see the Jamestown helmet move? Did you see that? It's the Blue Jay magic right there. Bill Nelson was just nodding in approval that I put his helmet up there for him. Congrats to those Blue Jays.
And what about them? Did they just come out of nowhere this year, or what happened with Jamestown?
Well, it was kind of that classification. They went down from that top level to that second level, along with the North and South, Red River, and the Grand Forks schools. And so they played in that second tier division. But Jamestown has been a program on the rise the last few years, guys. Bill Nelson has done a nice job building them up. They have some really good skilled players, and they'll be good on the basketball court too. But they have some real good talent, and they can thump you too.
All right, you clean up that haunted studio, and we'll get back to you. And Jandy are working on a best of the year show for next week, right?
Yep, that'll be on next week. Players of the year, plays of the year. We'll have it all right here on Varsity Sports Live. So we get one more week. All right. Thanks a lot, Jody. Thank you, guys.
All right, when we come back, South Dakota, we will finish up. We do have the end of that Pierre T game, and we'll get to all the 11B games here on this Friday from the Dakota Dome in the South Dakota High School Football Championships.
Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports is presented by Farmers Union Insurance.
Welcome back to Varsity Sports Live. Let's get to the 11-man championship games on Friday in South Dakota. How's it been living in the Dakota Dome for a couple days?
It is. It's going to get heated up on Saturday. I can't wait. My voice can't take it, but I'm going to power through.
One game left on Saturday with Brandon Valley and Harrisburg. Let's get to Friday's championship games, though. 11B, it was Winter taking on Bridgewater-Emery.
Surprise,
and we talked a little bit about this game earlier on, but the third straight championship game between these two teams. Bridgewater-Emery, Ethan, won in 2019. Winter won it last year, and they've been in the Dome constantly in the last
We've
10
had a
years.
couple good matchups the last 2 years, but this one I think was winners to lose. They were definitely the favorites.
All right, Winter at 11-0 coming in. Bridgewater-Emery, Ethan at 8-3. And first play of the game for Winter was a harbinger, foreshadowing of things to come. Caden Keyser, 61 yards for the Warriors, 8-0 on their first play of the game. Keyser had 99 yards on the ground.
Pretty good start when 2 of your first 3 plays from scrimmage go for touchdowns.
Second drive here, Winter, sophomore. This is Aiden Barfus, 35 yards. He had 126 yards on the ground, so it's 16-0 Warriors early. Their third drive, Joey Cole on the keeper, and it's 24-0 at halftime for the Warriors. The Winter defense giving up less than 10 points a game coming into this one. Interception there by Blake Vollmer. Picks it up off the top of the carpet. And that leads to Joey Cole rolling and slinging it. And he finds Ethan Bartels. The game was out of hand at this point.
I think they threw for, 6 yards? But
yeah.
They can throw. This just proves it.
40-8 is the final in the championship game in 11B. Winner stamps out a 12-0 season. And again, Barfus, 126 on the ground to lead that 369-yard rushing attack. And again, the Warriors go back-to-back here. They have won 6 of the last 13 titles in 11B.
Yeah, one of these two teams always in the Dome, and Winter gets it done.
You can say the first game was 44-0. Well, you don't get to carry those points over. It's still 0-0 when you start the game. And they have a great coaching staff and hard-nosed kids. You knew it wasn't going to be like that. Things kind of went our way the first time, but real pleased with how the kids came out, especially the first quarter, and played maybe not second quarter, but they were kind of able to right the ship in the second half.
I didn't expect it really. I expected them to full house, kind of ready for a toss, but the nerves were gone right when I hit the field. They were just gone. We were ready to go, and we came ready.
Yes, it does. I got to play the first 4 games last year. Great season. Loved playing with them until I got hurt. Loved watching it last year, winning it, and then this year coming back, having a great season for myself, and then coming back and winning 2 times in a row. It's pretty great just as a sophomore.
Well, it's huge. I mean, we practice it every day, and from middle school up. I mean, it's just physical. We're all pretty tough, and nobody really backs down from contact, and we showed that.
Maybe the most impressive team in all of South Dakota high school football, the Winter Warriors, and dominating. They told me they had to keep more challenges. They wanted to just dominate more as they got deeper and deeper into the season, and they did.
Yeah, and they won a bunch of 60-6 games, and they were they were fantastic defensively all year. Bridgewater-Emery, Ethan, by the way, 5 straight championship games that they have played, and they've been runner-up 4 times, but Jeff Van Loer always there.
And they
at the
were
end
a
of the year.
9-man team, not that long ago.
Yeah.
So they've done a nice job.
All right, Winter, the 11B champions as they finish up at 12-0 on the season. 11A, Madison trying to do the same thing. Madison unbeaten, knocked out by T last year in the semifinals in 11A. Milbank, its first trip to the Dome since 2009. And both Bulldogs, some defense early on. Parker Johnson with a sack there for Madison. And then Connor Bender for Milbank. No points in the first quarter.
That one forced them to make that field goal, and Madison came in thinking, we're not going to kick field goals. Well, they knew they were in a dogfight early.
Trey Smith field goal, Madison D again. Mike Peters jumping it there. Madison had 4 interceptions in the game. Couple plays later, Trey Smith touchdown run. So it's 10-0 at halftime. Look at this play. Off the defender's helmet, that is Peters with the catch to keep this drive going. Smith again going around the end for the touchdown, 17-0.
That was really a turning point in the game when they got that freak catch. Everything went Madison's way after that.
After another Milbank interception, Nate Ricky getting in on the show. Touchdown run there to make it 24-0. Ricky was also 12 of 20 through the air. Goes to Joe Gores here for a little touchdown. And it was just Madison's season, Jandy, as they finish up undefeated, 31-0 over Milbank in the final.
Yeah, for the defense to get a shutout, that was huge for Madison. They wanted to show that they could play D just as well as Milbank, and that was on their minds after the game, too.
This has been my dream since I was a ball boy. Oh, my bad. Since I was a ball boy for the Yankee teams and all those. I just remember watching them dominate in the Dome, and I just remember I wanted to do that when I was a senior.
It's crazy what we can do when people talk down about us. You know, everyone talked about how good their defense was, and we just wanted to show them how good ours was too, and we showed it here tonight.
I think it was more, we found some stuff in the second quarter that worked for us. I know they had a lot of energy that first quarter, and we just had to withstand that. And then I said, they're going to come out hard in the third quarter. Well, we were able to punch it in. I think we got a kind of a miraculous catch down on that. Bounced off, and we got the ball, and then, 17-0, and I think the pedal was down from there. I think they ran out of gas sooner than we did, and that's the key in games like this. When you're used to playing in 25, 30, 35-degree weather, and you come in here, it's a game of attrition down here.
Yeah, everybody wondering why Max Hodgen was wearing the sunglasses. We know why he wears the hat, or maybe you don't, but it's kind of a tradition. He got new glasses, but the team said his glasses looked like Harry Potter. So he's like, I can't go into a game, a testosterone-filled game, with Harry Potter glasses. So the only prescription glasses he had was the shades. So it was a last-minute flip for Max Hodgen.
Madison gets to 12-0. First championship since 2017, but they won 3 in a row in 15, 16, and 17. Right. Madison's been in the final 6 of the last 9 years. They've got 4 championships in that time. And Trey Smith kicks field goals, runs for touchdowns, plays defense, everything for Madison this year as they get the championship in 11A and finish the season 12-0. All right, the game tonight, Jandy, was the Governors and T area in 11AA. The Govs, 4-time defending champions. Titans, 11A champions last year, moved up this year. The Govs fumbled the opening kick. There was some stuff going on early. Kale Lundeen with a touchdown. 7-0, less than a minute in. The Govs gave it up on downs. Chase Van Tol with a good run here to set him up again. And then Lundeen to Gabe Grant. It was 14-0 before you could think about it.
Yeah, this is an electric offense. We forget because T's so good on defense, but the way that they make those connections, and then they stopped Trey Lewis all night, and that was a big one where they stripped the ball, pretty much limiting Pierre to no rushing in the first half.
Ethan Biss had a couple of fumble recoveries. They couldn't put any points on the board there, but next drive for T. Chase Van Tol again, 34 yards down the sideline, and that leads to another touchdown by Lundeen, 21-0. T is in the lead.
He looked good in the first half, but there's another quarterback in this game.
Final minute of the first half. Lincoln Keenholz to Matt Hansen. Gets him right to the 30-yard line. This is in the final minute of the first half. Keenholz with a touchdown run, 21-7. T in the lead at halftime. All right, we get to the second half tier.
It's like a different game in the second half. Actually, T started out right where they left off.
Right back at it in the third. Lundeen to Jackson Weber. Nice spin. And he goes in. It's 27-7. As they missed an extra point there, and that would play in later. Keenholz to Cade Keyser with a fumble. They didn't get any points out of that drive, though, but Keenholz to Jet Zabel with a couple of late touchdowns.
Zabel came up huge in the third quarter. He caught that one, and then he bailed him out on this catch. Wow, what a leap for Zabel.
Still third. Back-to-back catches by Zabel makes it 27-21. T still in the lead at the end of the third. Keenholz, though, 9 straight carries on a drive to tie it up at 27. The extra point was no good. That would have put Pierre ahead with 3.5 minutes to go, but Cole Peterson with a field goal. No time left on the clock after the Govs got a stop, got the football back, and they come back from 21-0 down to win it 30-27.
Yeah, we had to hurry up and put that all together because it just happened, but missed extra point, so the game was tied. They got an interception on a review to get the ball back. Marched down the field, almost ran out of time, had just a couple seconds left, and the guy who misses the extra point, who would have won the game, wins the game for them.
That is right. T was driving. Lincoln Keenholz had an interception. Govs got the ball back. They go right down the field with Keenholz to tie it up. And yes, Cole Peterson with the game-winning field goal. That is 5 championships in a row for the Governors. And I believe we have Steve Steele afterwards.
Yeah, well, I mean, just in terms of just a pure football game, that's by far the best football game I think I've ever been a part of in my life. Just in pure excitement. But I mean, in terms of championships, I mean, they're all special, but maybe this one a little more. I mean, we didn't return much. We had 3 returning starters, and I think everyone was ready for us to be done, and to find a way to continue to push through and get back to another one is a really special thing.
You know, it's funny, the tradition between these two teams. So didn't play at all in the regular season this year. Last year had their game canceled because of COVID. 2 years ago, when Pierre had their ultimate team, T played them as, they were a class down. They played them as close as anybody that entire season. I think we've got a true rivalry in 11AA between these two. What a tremendous output from both of these teams. And for Pierre to just find a way with Lincoln Keenholz. He was amazing tonight. Let's see. What did he have? Like 11 of 23, 347 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he ran for 190 and 2 more touchdowns. And I think we got Lincoln Keenholz here as well.
At halftime, all the coaches, they came in and they all said that we all need to be positive, and we need to keep that heart engraved into our brain. And I guess we all just need to keep working hard and powering through, because that's what happens right there when you work hard and power through. I mean, if you really want something like we did, then that'll happen. You'll just go get it. So.
Looks like a young Tom Brady a little bit there. But yeah, they put him on the ground. They had 9 straight runs from Keenholz on that drive where they went down to tie it up.
Yeah, exactly. That drive was huge. And the kicker for Peterson to come back after it was blocked, but a missed chance to win the game and then have another chance to do it. High school football, man.
All right, yeah, T area, that's their first loss of the year. They go up to 11.
It's only their second loss in the last 4 years in the playoffs.
Titans are going to be, they'll be in power coming up in the next couple of years in 11AA. All right, 1 game to go in South Dakota. Saturday night in the Big Schools Championship, Brandon Valley and Harrisburg. Jandy's got a preview when we come back here on Varsity Sports Live.
Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports is presented by Avera Orthopedics and South Dakota State University.
Welcome back. Saturday night at 7:30 in the Dakota Dome, the 11 AAA championship game, Harrisburg and Brandon Valley. Jandy, tons of storylines, including Harrisburg lost to Brandon Valley last year in the championship game. Harrisburg beat Brandon Valley in the regular season this year.
These are highlights of the last regular season game where it was fairly close to halftime, but the second half, 4 turnovers really vaulted Harrisburg to the victory. But I went to summer practice or fall practice right before the season started, and every Harrisburg Tiger had 35-14 on their lips because they remember walking out of the dome, having a chance in the second half, and just getting rolled up by Joe Kolbeck and company. And they want nothing more than to be playing Brandon Valley. And Brandon Valley wants nothing more than to be playing Harrisburg.
Yeah, this regular season contest, it was 24-14 Harrisburg after 3 quarters, but outscored them 19-0 in the 4th. Harrisburg blocked a punt. Brandon Valley had some turnovers. Carter Varenflus had a pick 6 for Harrisburg. But, both close wins in the semis coming in to get here, and this is going to be a great matchup.
One little note, Andrew Walters had some injuries in the second half. He's going tomorrow night. I don't know if he'll be as big of a factor as Harrisburg would like him to be, but they've got a lot of receivers. And Jacob Knuth, this guy is focused on trying to get this thing done. And Brandon Valley obviously playing for Chad Garrett.
Harrisburg beat them by 29 in that regular season game. You expect a close game on Saturday night?
I don't even want to pick a team. It's going to be close.
All right, follow Jandy online as we'll be back again next week for our wrap-up show. That's it for Jody Norstedt and our crew here. Thanks for watching Varsity Sports Live.